Hello, this is Lacquerography, and this is my wish list video for the December 2023 Hella Handmade Creations. The shop opens starting on December the 14th, 2023 at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, and it runs until December the 21st, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. Hawaii time. I've already gone in and given a preliminary look at the offerings this month. I've gone ahead and created a first impressions wish list, and there are 17 items that I've added to that so far. I'll go through and tell you a little bit about my top picks and also some honorable mentions and some other products that I thought deserved a shout out as we get to them. But let's dive in and take a look at these amazing December offerings. For my first item up, I've got 1422 Designs Molly is a Singer in a Band. And this one is a capped pre-order of 100. There's only 100 of these products available before it's considered sold out. So some of the items available this month are considered capped, which just means that is the limit that the maker is creating this month. Past that point, they are not going to be offering any more. Other items are uncapped, which means that the maker can make as many as people choose to order. So a little bit about this item here. 1422 Designs begins a new series inspired by the Beatles. Take two with Molly is a Singer in a Band, which is a semi-sheer peach base with purple, blue, green shifting shimmer and hollow flakes, inspired by the song Obla Di, Obla Da by the Beatles and my former coworker Molly, who I miss dearly, but who is following her dream in law school. That's a great inspiration. And I think it's a really pretty polish. One of the things that caught my eye is just recently they announced the Pantone color of the year as being Peach Fuzz. And I think this one would be a great one to add to my collection. I actually don't own too many peach polishes at this point, and I'd love to add this one. I think this is a beautiful and unique offering. So this one is by 1422 Designs. Molly is a Singer in a Band. The next item up is by BCB Lacquers, and this one is called Poison Apple. And this one also has a cap. There are only 200 bottles of this that are going to be made available. Now, this one is actually from a series that I've been following, and I've already purchased most of the other polishes from this series. So this one is continuing the series inspired by Grimm's Fairy Tales with Poison Apple, which is a black, cold, to bright green, warm, thermal with blue-purple iridescent flakes and hollow flakes, inspired by Snow White. Now, taking a look at this polish, I actually think this is a beautiful interpretation of that theme of Poison Apple. I see it. I think it's really stunning and very unique. I always love an abrupt, startling thermal polish. It gives me all kinds of joy and amusement, and I teach kids, and it gives them a lot of joy and amusement when they look at my nails too. But anyway, back to this polish and it being on my wish list. I'm a little bit nervous about purchasing this one. The reason being I am Canadian, and already it isn't even winter yet, but we are well into wintry weather with temperatures and freezes in the evenings. And I really do worry about a thermal polish actually making it to me without sort of dying in transit. So even though I love this one and I would really love to add this one to my collection, I worry that by purchasing this one at this season, I don't know that it would get to me safely in my part of the world. I really do like this polish though, and I've been loving this series. I think that the interpretations of the themes within the Grimm's fairy tale realm have just been executed spectacularly. Kudos to BCB Lacquers for just capturing my attention month after month, and I've been loving the polishes that I already have in my collection from this theme. So this one I'll have to think quite a bit about, but this one is BCB Lacquers Poison Apple, and it is a thermal. This next one up is a duo, and it's by Danny Viana, and this one is Pistachio Cream and Toasted Pistachios. These items are also available individually, but together they come to $25. And there are 100 of the duo that are available. This is one that the moment I saw it and I read the name of the polishes, I just thought it was the most exquisite interpretation of pistachios. That's what it is. This one is crushed pistachios on the nails. Like I just can't get over how accurate this is. It's for me, it's a work of art. So the description that goes along with this duo is that they're continuing the series inspired by desserts and pastries with pistachio cream, which is a pistachio crelly base with green aurora shimmer, and toasted pistachios, which is a mix of green and brown matter glitter with UCC pink to green flakes and pink iridescent flakes. I am wondering if that word in there is meant to be just matte glitter, but I also could be wrong with that too, and it could be as is. I just think that it is the perfect pistachio color. I think that the topper, I think it's the perfect execution of toasted pistachios sprinkled over top. I just really think that the maker has knocked it out of the park with this inspiration and the execution. I have to think a little bit about how likely I am to wear this one, but it really does look beautiful and, quite frankly, delicious. I really do think that it's a work of art on the nails. So this one is by Danny Vienna, and this duo is Pistachio Cream and Toasted Pistachios. The next one up is by Emily DeMolly, Goldstone. And there is no cap for this one, so that means that the maker can make as many as people demand. So for this one, Emily DeMolly continues the series inspired by rocks and minerals with Goldstone, which is an orange-brown with silver reflective glitters. I think that this polish is absolutely beautiful. I think it's a perfect interpretation of Goldstone. I think it's stunning. The one thing I will have to do is I will have to take a look at my collection to see how this compares with some others. I have been rather into reflective glitter lately, but I love that just undeniable extra oomph of sparkle that it gives, really in any lighting. I find the depth of sparkle is just unlike any other. And I've also been very into oranges. Orange is one of my favorite colors, and I've been purchasing quite a few lately. So I do need to take a very close look at how this one compares. Even though I think this one is stunning, I may have others that I already have in my collection that might fill that void if I choose not to purchase this one. But this one is a standout for me. So this one is by Emily DeMolly, Goldstone. So this next one up is one of the Encore polishes this month, and it would actually be a backup bottle for me because I already own it. This one is by Garden Path Lacquers, and this is the Encore release. The polish is Pleasures Remain. And this one is capped. There are only 300 bottles of this that will be made available. For this polish, Garden Path Lacquer brings us an Encore polish inspired by the music of the 80s and 90s with Pleasures Remain, which is a vibrant blurple base. It dries down to a matte finish and is filled with blue-purple shifting aurora shimmer and blue-purple-green color-shifting iridescent flakes, and is inspired by Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode, which actually is one of my favorite songs of all time by any artist. Everything about this polish, the look, the finish, the versatility of it being matte, and actually when I wore this one, I wore it glossy. I put a glossy top coat on it just for longevity and wear. I put a glossy top coat on it, but I'd love to wear this one matte. It was beautiful when I first put it on and it appeared matte. And of course, I love this band. I love this song, and I've been loving the polishes put out by this maker lately. I love this polish, and I have to think really hard about whether I'd like to have a backup bottle of this one and take advantage of this Encore opportunity. I have worn this one once. If I have the swatch photo, I will insert it after the description of this one. So here is the Encore release by Garden Path Lacquer in Pleasures Remain. This next polish up is by Nailed It, and it's called Snow Cloak. And this one again is capped. A bit of a small cap for this month. It's only 300 of these ones are available. And I do know that this has been a very popular series for Nailed It. Several of their items do sell out throughout the course of a month of Hella Handmade Creations. So if I do want to purchase this one, I'll have to think fast on it and purchase it on the day the shop opens. So for this one, Nailed It continues the series inspired by Pokemon with Snow Cloak, which is a minty green leaning teal base with a strong blue indigo shimmer. I think that this polish is really beautiful and it's wintry, but also kind of springy. I mean, that idea of the minty green leaning teal base, I think could also transition quite well into springtime as well. It really does look like a fresh, beautiful color, and that sparkle in there too looks quite heavenly. I've really been enjoying the offerings from this maker. Nailed it with their Pokemon series. I find that the quality of the polishes has always been consistently outstanding, and this one really looks no different. I would love to add it to my collection. So this one is by Nailed It Snow Cloak. This next one up is by Night Owl Lacquer, and it's called The Kind of Hot Chocolate That's Wine. I think that's hilarious. Night Owl Lacquer continues the series inspired by Bob's Burgers with The Kind of Hot Chocolate That's Wine, which is a brown-toned wine glowing with magenta, copper, gold, green, shifting shimmer. And there's no cap for this one. I just think that this polish looks like a beautiful shifter. I think the colors are stunning. I've always been impressed by the quality of Night Owl Lacquer polishes, and I think the name of this one is hilarious. I really get a kick out of that. This is just a beautiful polish. So this one is by Night Owl Lacquer, The Kind of Hot Chocolate That's Wine. This next polish up is by Paint It Pretty Polish, and it's called What's Up, Doc? And this one is capped as well, with only 100 of these available. Paint It Pretty Polish continues the series inspired by Looney Tunes with What's Up, Doc?, which is a light gray holographic polish with hollow flakes and a shifting shimmer, inspired by none other than Bugs Bunny. First of all, this one's a maker that I absolutely love. Paint It Pretty Polish, for me, can do no wrong. I love the quality of the polishes and the versatility of their offerings. And this one, I think, is a spot-on version of a Bugs Bunny polish. I think it is beautiful. I think it's also very versatile. I can see myself getting quite a bit of use out of this light gray as a neutral in my collection. The holographic, the hollow flakes, the shimmer, it adds just that extra bit of interest to make this something really special. But I think that this could be a polish that I return to again and again, a very safe add to my collection, and I could see myself wearing it for seasons. I just think this is a great offering by Paint It Pretty Polish. What's Up, Doc? This next one up is by a brand that I've never shopped before. So this one is by Pepper Polish, and it's called Love is in the Air, and it's their Valentine polish. And this one also has a cap of only 50 available. This one could go pretty quickly. That is a very small cap for a very beautiful polish. So Pepper Polish brings us Love is in the Air, which is a magnetic silver with a mauve background, silver and gold holographic glitters, and copper microflakies. Now this one just looks so beautiful. This one either has a very, very subtle magnetic effect going on with it, or perhaps no magnetic effect. I was also taking a look at some of the other swatches where there was more of the magnetic effect visible, and this was one of them. Really beautiful here. And this one as well. It's got quite a strong magnetic line there. I just really think that this one is another beautiful offering. And the thing that also drew me to this one is that I've never tried pepper polish. This would be a really beautiful chance for me to try it. One thing that I've noticed is that this one is only a 10 milliliter bottle and the polish itself is $12. So I'll have to keep that in mind, sort of that cost analysis of this one, to see if I really feel strongly enough about it to get fewer wears out of something that's only 10 milliliters in the bottle. And another thing I have to think about a little bit is I do have quite a few magnetics in my collection, and I've just been finding that especially this fall, I've just been so busy. I really haven't been pulling my magnetic polishes to wear. Just that little bit of extra time it takes to play with the magnetic effect. It's just a little bit more of a time commitment that I haven't had this fall. I have to consider that maybe before adding more magnetic polishes to my collection. But this one is beautiful and I'm eager to try the brand. So this one is Pepper Polish, Love is in the Air, their Valentine offering. This next offering is another duo, and this time it's by Phoenix Indie Polish. And this one is Ask Me Your Questions and Tell Me Your Secrets. And this one is capped. There are only 150 of the duo that are being made available. Each item is also available separately, and the duo comes to a total of $26. Phoenix Indie Polish continues the series inspired by Coldplay with Ask Me Your Questions, which is a blue jelly base with turquoise microflakies and holographic microflakies, and Tell Me Your Secrets, which is a gray jelly base with blue to purple aurora shimmer, and it's inspired by the music The Scientist by Coldplay, which actually is another favorite song. This one's been a favorite for a long time. I am swayed a little bit by the inspiration for this one, the fact that it is inspired by Coldplay's The Scientist. I think it's swaying me a little bit. When I look at this, I have to really take a look at how this one compares to some of the other polishes that I've bought recently. I have been loving these blue shimmers, and this one is a great example of that. I'll also have to take a look at some of my other offerings that I've purchased by Phoenix Indie Polish, just to see how some of the other offerings and also duos that I've purchased from them compare with this one. I do get rather wrapped up sometimes in the inspiration of some of the offerings for Hella Handmade Creations. So I do have to really take a look at the polish itself and think critically and try to separate the look of the polish in a way from the inspiration as well, to make sure that it's really still something that I want and that I love before making that decision to purchase. So this one is by Phoenix Indie Polish, and it's a duo. This one is Ask Me Your Questions and Tell Me Your Secrets. These items are both also available individually. This next one up is by Red Eyed Lacquer, and this one is called Mum's the Word. This one is capped. There are only 100 of these being made available. Red Eyed Lacquer continues the series inspired by birth month flowers with Mum's the Word, which is a light pinky purple with pink gold shifting shimmer. And this one is inspired, of course, by the chrysanthemum flower. I just think this one is so beautiful. I will get a lot of use out of this one. This one also continues a series that I have been collecting. I've been able to purchase all of them except one so far in this series, and the one sold out before I could get it. But I just think this one is a gorgeous offering. I've been loving the birth month flower series. This one really is no different. Excellent quality maker. I think the offering is beautiful. And this one is by Red Eyed Lacquer, Mum's the Word. And here is another polish offered by Red Eyed Lacquer. And this time, this one is called Self-Absorbed. This one also has a cap of 100 bottles of these available. So for this one, again, Red Eyed Lacquer continues the series inspired by birth month flowers with Self-Absorbed, which is a white crelly with bronze, copper, and gold metallic flakes. This one is inspired by the narcissus flower. Really beautiful interpretation, again, of a gorgeous flower. I just think the execution of Red Eyed Lacquer for this series has been just spectacular, and I really hope that I can get my hands on both of these polishes. The thing that I really enjoyed about this one was just the mix of metallic flakes in this one. I love the idea of the bronze, copper, and gold metallic flakes. I think if I hover over it, you can get a closer view of that. I just think that it's a really lovely, warm combination, and I think it's unique in my collection. I don't have a white crelly with this type of combination of flakes. I look forward to adding to my series of birth month flowers polishes that have been offered by Red Eyed Lacquer month upon month. So this offering by Red Eyed Lacquer, this is the second in a row. This one is called Self-Absorbed. And here is another item also by Red Eyed Lacquer, but this time, this one is their debaumer. And this one is called Solo Party. So this debaumer is scented in a house blend of saltwater taffy, bourbon, blackberries, and vanilla. That just sounds like a really wonderful, unique scent profile for this one. I have this product already, not in this scent. I've got one in another scent, and I love this product, especially at this time of year when the weather's getting cooler. I do find that it helps soothe the discomfort on my hands when I have an eczema flare-up in the winter. I think that scent profile sounds lovely. So this one is Solo Party by Red Eyed Lacquer, and it's their debaumer. We have a second debomber offering by Red Eyed Lacquer this month, and this one's called the Anthem. So yes, this is my fourth wish listed item by Red Eyed Lacquer this month. That's, I think, groundbreaking for me. So for this one, it's the same product as before, but there's a different scent profile. So the Anthem debomber is scented in strawberries, peaches, and champagne. That one sounds very lovely. And it may just be actually a safer scent profile for me than the previous one, but I really have to think about which one of these I think I feel most strongly about. But I do love this product, and I can't tell a lie, I'm kind of tempted to get both while they're on offer and while both scents do sound kind of appealing. I think this one for me, though, might be my front runner with the strawberries, peaches, and champagne. I do have to keep in mind, though, that for this one, there are only 150 jars of these available. So this one is Red Eyed Lacquer's debomber in the Anthem. This next one is more trouble for me. It's another duo. This one is by Sassy Sauce Polish, and this one is the duo of Happy Ending and Once Upon a Time, and this is the Valentine's duo. For this duo, Happy Ending is a purple base with blue, violet, green shifting shimmer and a scattered blue reflective glitter for that extra twinkle. And Once Upon a Time is a glowy cyan base with blue, violet, pink shifting UCC flakies. So interesting. This one does sound like a duo that it isn't really intended, I don't think, to be worn like one on top of the other in terms of like a base and a topper. I think they are just really beautifully like coordinating polishes. These really do both look stunning. I've been taking a look at some of the live swatch reviews for Hella Handmade Creations this month, and the swatchers have just done an impeccable job with these two polishes, where at first, just on the screen, they didn't necessarily catch my eye. In the video footage, it blew my mind for both of these polishes. And the other thing is these two are only available in the duo of $26 together. You cannot purchase them separately. These do look really special and absolutely beautiful, and they are on my wish list. This one is by Sassy Sauce Polish, and this duo is Happy Ending and Once Upon a Time, and it is their Valentine's duo. And there is a cap of only 250 of these available. So this next offering up is another one by Sassy Sauce Polish. And this one is These Boots Are Made for Walkin'. And this one is also capped. There are only 400 of these ones being made available. For this polish, Sassy Sauce Polish continues the series inspired by shoes with These Boots Are Made for Walkin', which is a mocha base with pink, orange, green, gold shifting ghost flakies. When a magnet is applied, it will expose the flakies and leave a purple pink cat eye. And I have to say, those flakies, they're so chunky and beautiful. And I think in contrast with that magnetic line and as well with that mocha base, I've really been into browns lately. I just think this one is a spectacular offering. I think the swatch is beautiful. I really do want this one. I think I really do want all of them, which is a problem for me. Yeah, just such a beautiful polish. It looks so, I don't know, just so much depth with the magnetic, the layering of the flakies, the size of those flakies. There's a lot happening in here, but somehow it still looks magical and delicate to me, even though there's a lot happening. This one looks like magic in a bottle. So this one is Sassy Sauce Polish. These boots are made for walking. Now this last one on my wish list, I just think this one is absolute genius. So this one is by Watcha Indie Polish, and this is I Love You, and this is a complete set. Each of these are also offered individually, but when I saw this complete set offering and that it spells I love you, I mean, I am floored by the creativity, the execution by this maker. I think it's genius. I love it. And I don't need any of this, but yet I want it because I'm in love with it. So for this one, Watcha Indie Polish continues the theme inspired by the periodic table with some Valentine's flair. We have Iodine, which is a Crelly gray with blue shimmer. Lu, the Lutetium, which is and I hope I'm saying that correctly, which is a holographic silver with orange aurora. We have V is vanadium, which is a blue jelly with green aurora and reflective glitter. And we have U, uranium, which is soft holographic brown. There are only 50 of the quad available, but these items are also available individually. I am also a science geek, and I absolutely love that Watcha Indie Polish has been doing a periodic table theme over the past several months. I've actually been able to purchase several of the polishes, not all of them, but many. I just think that this one is absolute genius. I mean, this may be my favorite collective offering of theirs that I've ever seen. The fact that they have executed this based on the periodic table and these 4 elements, I just think this is something absolutely unique and special and smart, and I love everything about it. All 4 polishes, the inspiration, the execution, everything. I would love to get this bundle on my nails. This one is by Watcha Indie Polish, and this one is I Love You, and I love this. So that is it for my wish list this month. Even though I've wish listed 17 items, you can see from this that there's actually far more items within that because I have a couple of duos that I've wish listed, and I've got that quad by Watcha Indie Polish. So I cannot purchase all of these. I don't have that kind of a budget to work with. So I have a lot of thinking to do. I will be purchasing this month. It's just which ones. At this point, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. Right off the top of my head, I think I could probably think of taking out one of the debombers. I don't really need both of them, and I'd just go with the one that I think sounds like the most interesting scent offering. I might also have to not go with the Watcha Indie Polish quad. That is a big financial commitment. I'll have to think about it though, because I just think that it's a stroke of genius that the maker created this offering this month. I also might have to take a close look at the Sassy Sauce polish offerings. I don't know that I really need 3 of their items this month. And also my 2 song-inspired ones. I think in a way I might be swayed by my heart and by the songs a little bit more than my need for the polishes. Phoenix Indie Polish, the duo inspired by Coldplay and The Scientist. I might be more moved by the song rather than the actual polish offerings. I'll have to really think about that. And the other one is I don't really know that I need a second bottle of Garden Path lacquers, but I do love the polish. And I do love Depeche Mode, and I love that blue. It's just, I'm in trouble this month, and I can't get this many. Like the total of this bill would be immense. So thanks so much for joining me this month for my wish list video for the final HHC of the year. That is the December 2023 Hella Handmade Creations. I'm wondering, are you shopping this month? What are you thinking of picking up? Feel free to help me out with my wish list too. Maybe you can think of some dupes for some of these polishes. Let's talk about it in the chat. I am curious to know what you're thinking of getting. Are you skipping this month? Are you shopping? What's on your wish list? This shop is open this month from December 14th to December 21st, and the shop opens on December 14th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. That's really important, especially for offerings where there's a small availability cap. Once many of these items sell out, they will be considered sold out with no additional product added. If there's something you feel strongly about, it always helps to shop as early as you can. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I try to put out nail-related content as often as I can, and by subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the fun. Also, if you like this video in particular, give it a like. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job, and it lets me know that you're interested in seeing content similar to this. Thanks so much for joining me for this wish list. Happy shopping. Make sure you let us know what you're getting in the chat so we can continue the conversation. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.